Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be drawing Mancake from Fortnite. If you haven't played Fortnite, that's okay. It's just fun to draw a guy that looks like pancakes. I really want to thank you for watching this channel and for liking and subscribing to it. And if you haven't already, grab some coffee or some tea and follow along. Thanks. Let's start by finding a picture of Mancake from Fortnite. I've linked in the description to the one that I found. I downloaded and imported it into Procreate, an app on my iPad that I'll be using to make this drawing. I imported it as a reference, which you can find by clicking the tool icon and choosing reference. I'm not a fan of tracing images because of legal reasons and copyright. I do want to mention that I use a free brush set from Retro Supply, which you can also find the link to here below. My favorite brush of theirs is the Ramen Brush, which I used in the inking layer. Alright, let's get started on the sketch. I recommend any pencil brush, or if you are doing this on paper, any pencil is just fine. The sketch is the first layer that you're going to be doing out of three layers. You'll begin with an oval and then add lines to make it a short cylinder. That's what gives it a more pancake-like look. You'll repeat the process several times. And then to do the scarf, you'll need to envision it as a triangle that goes around Mancake's head. You'll need to make it rounder in part, but it really boils down to a triangle. Don't worry about the details of the scarf, we're just going to work right now on basic shapes. Add the syrup to his head, dripping down on that stack of pancakes. The syrup bulges out a little bit, which gives it volume. Remember that the syrup will smooth over any mistakes in the pancakes that you might have made, so don't worry about that. Now I see that I need to extend his head a little bit to make it higher, so I'm going to draw two vertical lines and make that top of his head a lot rounder than the hard cylinder line from before. You can draw a very shallow 3D-dimensional or 3D box to add the butter to the top of the head. It's just resting there and not melting off, thank goodness, because that would have added more complexity to it. Now, I like to clean it up a bit. I'm going to add some spots where the lighting is brighter and also indicate where there are going to be shadows. Erase the lines from the pancake so that the only syrup is visible on the top. Erase the lines from the pancake so that only the syrup is visible on top. In this instance, which is not like real life, you can see through the syrup. In this instance, which is not like real life, you can't see through the syrup to see the pancakes below. As you can see in the reference photo, Mancake's eyebrows are the fiercest thing about his face. They're also the darkest thing in this image because they're completely black. We're going to add those eyebrows now and angle them down into the middle of the head. The eyes are pretty easy to do, they're just small loops below the eyebrows. And we're not going to have to color them in at this point because the background is white. Later on we will add a background color and need to recolor in the eyes to make sure that it's not got holes in it. Continue blocking out highlights and shadows in the draft layer. To give the scarf some volume, add some rounded lines to it. His ammunition, I suppose, is the butter that is around his shoulders. Those are going to be 3D rectangles. To make them 3D looking, you're going to add vertical lines and a bottom line. Make sure that you study your reference photo. That really is the key because while you think you may know how it looks, it's not actually how it looks. and it takes a lot of studying the photo to realize that what you're drawing is not accurate, necessarily. When you're done with the butter ammunition, you can create a new layer. This is going to be the inking stage, where we will use the Ramen Brush that I mentioned before. If you're doing this on paper, then I do recommend a brush pen or perhaps even a sharpening marker to get those thicker lines. Those lines are going to go over the pencil layer. Once you're done inking it, you'll make a new layer for color and move that underneath the inking layer so that you're not coloring on top of the ink. I use the reference photo to get the right colors. My recommendation, and what I did, is to do the colors first in that color layer, and then add highlights and shadows in another layer through a clipping mask. You can do the same with texture. Once you're getting to the end, clean up any stray lines. Once you're getting to the end, clean up any stray lines. Tinker with it until you're happy with it. I liked using the Retro Supply brush pack to add texture. The halftones and halftone lines really add character and more of an old-timey feel that make it more visually interesting. Once you're happy with it, export it in Procreate, or if you're doing this on paper, take a picture or scan it and share it. Drop me a link in the comments to your work. If you have requests for other tutorial videos, let me know. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and share this with your friends who like Fortnite. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to make more art.